Howdy friends, got an update finally on Darth Talon here. I swear it doesn't take me this long to make these things. It just few and far between some of the days of working, and my graphics pen decided to have the battery blow up in it, and I had to order a new one because apparently I can't find that brand anywhere in Denver. But anyway, so got a couple of versions of the torso done. Finally got it all snapped together. I'm learning how to do the joints a little bit tighter, as well as just making them a little more rigid instead of smooth, which obviously makes sense in the long run. But hey, I'm kind of new at this. But anyway, as you can see here, got the torsos done, got the arms that I already printed in there. Everything is turning out pretty awesome, how I had kind of hoped this was going to go. As you can see, we still maintain that awesome butterfly joint articulation, got good shoulder rotation as well, and then the bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. All this you've seen before, but just wanted to add in how it worked with the torso. So I made a few versions of the torso. This one's a little bit more accurate to all the reference photos I've seen of Darth Talon, like from the comics and whatnot. And then I tried an alternate version for my customer as well that kind of more mimicked a statue that he had saw, like fan art somebody had done. That's obviously a little bit more open in the front. And then I tried to make a version of the hips that were a little bit more accurate to what I've seen as well. And as you can see here, I've actually left a gap in between the armor there on the front and back, so you can actually put her cloak or dress or whatever you want to call it, skirt, very practical in a suit that doesn't cover much of her body. Anyway, and then, so this will be more of a standard version that kind of more true to anybody who would want to print that looked a little bit more accurate to the original character. And then this one here was kind of more based off some fan art that my customer had seen. So a little bit more exposed there. And as you can see, she's got a little bit bigger butt. So two versions there. And then I don't know if y'all noticed as well, but I made two versions where I actually raised the tattoos, and then just a normal version as well. And you see they're very subtle. I figured that would really help kind of map things out. You should be able to see them on the shoulders there as well. For painting, I haven't primed it yet, but as you can see, the print came out really clean. But I basically took, several reference photos and tried to get all those tattoos accurate. But if anybody didn't like those and wanted to just hand paint them themselves, I did make versions of these that print out without the raised tattoos on there. So, got the ab crunch a lot tighter, like I said, making those joints a little bit more rigid. And then the diaphragm swivel with that double ball joint in there really allows for a lot of articulation. So you can kind of mention on the previous versions that I made as well. You can get a really good bend going on there, so she can be in her super Sith gymnastic poses and stuff. And once again, everything's maintaining its tightness. And this is the Rezo Tough 74 version 2. I'm very, very pleased with how it just how it prints and how it works with these printed figures and everything. So and for everybody that is going to say, hey, take away the ab crunch, give her, a ball peg in the lower torso, I'm going to work on that too. But for this character, I think it works really well. And you can see with everything that I sculpted on the armor and everything there, I think the ab crunch is more or less hidden pretty well as far as the grand scheme of things goes. I think it works really well. And once again, it allows for more articulation. But I am hearing what everybody's saying, and I'd like to make a version as well with just a ball joint in there. But my only fear is that obviously you're not going to get as much articulation, and you need to have the clearance around the hips, being that these aren't rubber like some of the McFarlane or like the Classified series things. So when you do have that articulation, you got to be very conscientious that, you're not going to have paint rub there. So that's kind of the only thing that's held me back from doing that. But if there's a way to do it, I'll figure it out. So I am actively working on the legs, and I'll get those shared once done and do the lightsaber and then move on to the head sculpt. She's moving right along. Thanks for watching.